Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya wal Mursaleen. This is Mujib Qazi and you're watching VOK TV, Washington Roundtable. I am joined by KGC President Farooq Siddiqi Saab, who is going to update us on latest development on Kashmir Senate. It has been in the works for the last several years. People in Kashmir have looked up to it and they're waiting for the progress. They want to hear what is the update, because anything that Kashmiri diaspora does outside of Kashmir, people of Kashmir feel that their hopes are alive. They feel encouraged that they have someone somewhere who is raising voice for them. So first of all, Siddiqui Saab, thank you very much for being in the show once again. Please give us the update. Where do we stand as of right now in terms of progress in the Kashmir Senate?
Yeah, thank you, Mujib Saab, for getting me for this. Yes, regarding the Senate, it is in the final stage and we have already issued the required documents which has been given to some people in Azad Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan, and also in occupied Kashmir with India. There is a particular format we had discussed in the Kentucky only about 3 weeks back, and those formats were approved in Kentucky. There is a particular committee of KGC which is handling, which is the Senate committee. They are sending those papers to the people in both the occupied lands of by India and by Pakistan, and they are in the process of filling up those forms which are required in order to elect from the grassroots. Again, for your viewers, I would like to emphasize that the concept of Senate has been for the last 3 years now, almost more than that, when we had in New York a conference in which the concept was developed, spearheaded by Raja Muzaffar. And it was approved that in order to have one voice, one leadership, and one organization that will be known to the world, to all those capitals, and will be having the moral standing of representing themselves as representatives from the grassroots level. So in order to devise that, there was a lot of discussion and discourse over the months, and then we finally made this decision that a Senate who will be representing the people of Kashmir, rather than there will be self-made representatives in Kashmir issue. So far what has happened is that there are leaders who have been inculcated by India, like you have Farooq Abdullah, there is Mufti Sayyid. She talks about being an Indian. Basically, Farooq Abdullah also would say that I am an Indian, basically, and neglecting the basic things that we are under occupation. In the similar way, there are leaders across in the other part of Kashmir. They are governing Kashmir, and they also have put their destiny individually as Pakistanis, right? Without going through the basic representative aspirations of the people of Kashmir. So in order to break that inculcated leadership by India and Pakistan, we would like to show, because that leadership is not recognized by in the capitals of the world. Because we can't fool the Western world, we can't fool any other country. They have their own ways of understanding and looking at a particular leader or a particular person. Like we had Mandela. everybody accepted Mandela, right? Because he was the representation of this. Now we in Kashmir have Hurriyat Conference, we have National Conference, we have some other conferences. Everybody is saying that he is representing Kashmir. With the result, that is the creation of the occupation. The occupying forces create such things. So ours is that no, we will seek the representative from each and every corner of Kashmir, irrespective whether it is occupied by India or by Pakistan. We will seek a representative. We may not at this stage name them, but the Senate will be established with a validity and a legality, and that Senate will be shown to the world that these are the people who represent the real aspiration of Kashmir, and they are not the stooges of any of the occupations.
So whether you like it or not, these organizations like Hurriyat and other, they do have their own constituencies in their own respective regions. Are you reaching out to them, and what has been the
There is no
response?
constituency. There is an aspiration of the people. If somebody tells you that there is a constituency I have, he is
When I talk about the constituency, I mean that they do have a followers. That there are people that who buy into their argument.
No, there is no follower. There is. See, let me explain to you.
Please
let
go
me
ahead.
explain to you. In India, I will talk first about the Indian part of the Kashmir. In India, both National Conference under Farooq Abdullah, as well as that another, whatever that PDP is, under Mufti Said's daughter, unless they do not get the money from the intelligence agencies of India, they do not contest elections. Once they get okay, it is not me who is saying.
I agree.
It's their IB chief, that Dulat and all those people. They have come up with all these
Public statements.
yeah. So unless they don't get that money, they will not contest election, because they give money to the poor people and ask them to vote, and then there is in the end 2% vote.
I see. Okay.
Okay. So Farooq Abdullah has been a parliament member. If you see, he had 2% vote that time, right? So those 2% votes were also those people who were given money provided by the intelligence agencies of India. If tomorrow there will be an election in Kashmir, it will be orchestrated and it will be with the money that the Indians provide them. When there was local body election in Kashmir, both National Conference and Mahbooba Mufti's party, they said that we are not going to go for these elections. What was the reason? Because they didn't get the money from them. Right? Now probably, because India is under pressure, and they are trying to show to the world that no, we are a democracy, we are trying to inculcate the democracy in Kashmir, they are somehow creating an aroma and asking these people, giving them money, giving them finances to contest elections.
There, and we know that is happening on the ground. Understandably right. But unfortunately, these are the people who currently have power on the ground also. So obviously, the concept of Senate is to have the representation of all regions. So without having these organizations on board, how can we justify that this Senate would be the true representation of these?
Like KGC, I have not got myself elected by the people of Kashmir as a representative of Kashmir.
As of yet.
KGC is an organization which is self-made by some individuals. We sat together, we discussed what we should do, we should advocate, and we formed an organization. We don't have a followers. And I cannot claim here, sitting in your studio, that I am the leader of the people of Kashmir, unless I don't go back to them and ask them to vote for me.
Okay.
So this we need to break. There are people like Hurriyat, you talked about Hurriyat Conference. Hurriyat Conference, Pakistan ISI is making a couple of people, sometimes he gets this one person as chairman, another person as convener, another. These are shuffling of the cards which they already have in their hands. And that is not representative. The Americans know it. Europeans know it. You are an American citizen, go and ask in the State Department, they know it. What is Hurriyat?